Should I do that again?
You gonna yell? Are you gonna yell at me? This is the second time she tried to help me bleed the brakes.
Hey!
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Back working on the Iron 6. I've hit that point where there's just so many little things that need done. I've got stuff everywhere, can barely walk, but there are just so many little things that need done. The garage is an absolute mess. Got the front end pulled back out of the car because we're gonna have to start scuffing that stuff to prep it for epoxy primer. Got new fuel line in that big box. But hey, check it out. I got my new armrests installed. They're pretty snazzy, right? I got one of the seat belts installed, and there's another shot of that awesome interior that I love so much. And yeah, I painted these black, did what I said I was going to do. These were the clear plastic ones from CJ Pony Parts. I just hit them with primer for plastic and then coated them with black Rust-Oleum. And then here are the new lock deals. Pick those up from CJ Pony Parts too. Currently, I've been putting this off forever and ever. Brakes. Can't stand it. I am sick and tired of doing brakes. I've done it many times for this car, but it's time to put them back on so the thing can be roadworthy. I think my parking brake cable is broken. I don't know yet. Fortunately, I have an intact extra rear end, courtesy of Bill Gobble. If it is broken, I can swap this. In hindsight, I probably should have just painted this one and put it on the car, but I had already painted that one, and you know, decisions were made. But I'm going to tear this end apart, see if the parking brake cable is indeed broken. I'm going to compare it to this end. Can't really find a photo online to verify, so this is going to come apart. I'll be back. Not going to show you this boring stuff. And then hopefully I can get all this in tonight, and I can get my wife out here maybe tomorrow to help me bleed the brakes. We'll see. Great news. The parking brake cable is not broken. I remember now how it goes together. What I was missing was this lever. It's all coming back to me, which I can now steal from this one. And I just verified I actually don't need my parking brake working for it to pass inspection in PA. So good news there. I'm back. Got this brake assembled, broke down, bought new parking brake cables, a whole new parking brake set because I looked it up again. And of course, yes, you need parking brakes to pass inspection. I read it wrong. I don't even know why I said that. You guys knew I was wrong when I said it, I'm sure. It's one of those things. But anyway, for now, while we're waiting on that, I'm still gonna get the brakes reassembled, bled. I'm gonna have to tear it all apart again to install the new parking brakes, but at least I can get the lines bled and hooked up, and that's one thing off the list. So rather than waiting around for those lines, I'm trying to get stuff done. So that's what we're doing.
Should I do that again?
You gonna yell? Are you gonna yell at me? This is the second time she tried to help me bleed the brakes.
Hey!
Hop in there, mama. Say hi to all the YouTube viewers.
Hi!
All right. Slowly push down on the brake pedal.
Okay.
Okay, now slowly let it up.
Okay. It's up.
Okay, now slowly push it down.
Okay.
Keep holding it. So, you know the curse type thing that Nicolas Cage has with Ellen in Gone in 60 Seconds to remake? I have that same vibe going on with the brakes on this car. I don't know if you guys remember all the trouble that they gave me early on. One of the reasons I've been putting off doing the brakes is because I just have such bad luck with them. And what has happened was, I went to bleed the brakes with my wife, stripped out the bleeder valve. So, okay, that wasn't that big a deal. Just went over and took the bleeder valve off of the extra rear end that I had and swapped it into this one. And I cleaned this valve up as best I could, started bleeding the brakes, started making progress. Then I realized that this one was leaking. So I went to tighten it down, and whenever I did that, something stripped out inside the cylinder, and now this just spins freely and I can't get it out. So I'm down to my last hope, at this point, unless I go and buy a new cylinder, and that is to use the last complete cylinder I have off this rear end. So just wish me luck here. So first off, let's just get the right wrench. Nope, not gonna do that. I'm gonna get the socket because I learned my lesson. So we got the replacement brake cylinder in. It's now an hour and 45 minutes later because I removed the old emergency brake cable on the passenger side, and it was being held in by like a cotter pin that ricocheted off into oblivion when I finally got it off. But I spent an hour trying to get that off. It's things like that that just, they kill your motivation, they eat up time. You have a list of stuff you want to get through. Thankfully I slammed an energy drink and I'm ready to rock and roll, so it ain't gonna slow me down. Getting ready to feed this through. It goes in underneath the frame rail there. But I wrap this in masking tape because when I feed it through, I don't want gunk getting down in between the cable and the exterior. So hopefully it works.
Dad, this doesn't work.
Okay, hang on. Well, that went through like a glove. I wasn't expecting that. All right, quick update. We got this side done. Parking brake cable's hooked up, running through there. Fingers crossed. This doesn't give us any problems, or the brakes for that matter. We'll see. So we're on to this side now. I already ripped the brakes off. This thing right here is a pain to get out. And since this is toast, I'm just gonna cut right through it. I'm looking forward to this. I hate these brakes. Figured I'd film it so you guys could see sparks. Come on. I made some miscalculations, but it's off. By the way, if anybody's ever in central Pennsylvania and they want to eat the best barbecue chips in the United States, it's these ones right here. Harley's barbecue chips. I've had the good fortune of traveling all over this country, and I've eaten a lot of chips in gas stations and airports, and I'm telling you, these are the best. And if you're ever in the area and somebody says Middlesworth, what they meant to say was Harley's. But I digress. What's going on, guys? What do we got? Stuff everywhere. But look what showed up. Got a heater core. So we can finally get this heater box reinstalled. Yeah, like I said, all I really need is for this thing to blow air so it can pass inspection. This seal is actually in pretty good shape. I gotta look at the other side. I really think that this is gonna hold, yeah, that should hold the thing in place. I can't remember where I left off in the last clip. The brakes are bled, everything's back together. Parking brake is installed. We're that much closer. Gonna try to wrap up this video by getting this thing reassembled, back in the car. And yeah, we'll be on to cooler things. So let's jump into it. Alright guys, so what you saw me doing there was putting sticky foam in all the areas that foam once was. Was reading through the comments on the last video, and Tim Bowman was like, hey dude, go get some sticky foam and redo all your seals. So that's what I did, and it worked out pretty well. So Tim, I freaking love you, man. You're awesome. You've been a big help over the last couple of years, and I appreciate you. I appreciate all of you, honestly. But anyway, we're about ready to get this back together. So yeah, this thing should blow air and at least be semi-airtight, right? So it's better than nothing. All right, so I'm gonna put it back together, and I got this part painted, like I said I was gonna do. And we just gotta put the plume on the end, and at that point we should be about ready to stick this thing back in the car. So So this foam seal is still in really good condition, and this one is acceptable. So like I said, just need this thing to blow air, so we're going to put it back in the car this way. Just got to put the plume on and we'll be good. We got her in. So filled up her sippy cup, gonna fire her up, see if we have any leaks. My biggest fear at this point is obviously leaking in the heater core. I don't want to get stuff all over my new carpet. See how it goes. Considerably quieter now on the inside. Yay for me. That was cool. Would you just look at it? I love this thing. No leaks, but there probably isn't enough coolant in it right now anyway to cause leaks. But still, I'm just gonna say it's a win and there's no leaks, because technically it didn't leak. All right guys, this episode took way longer than I wanted it to, but that's a big thing off the list. Working on something really exciting. Hopefully there'll be a video up about it soon. We're not too far off from getting the Iron 6 on the road. So until the next episode guys, stay driven.